What's up, everyone? This is for everyone who's buying a car, even a pre-owned or pre-certified car from the dealership. It is worth you paying $100 to $300 to have your vehicle properly inspected. So a road test for a used or pre-owned vehicle is just not enough for anyone, even myself, to say that this car is in mint condition or it's in good condition if the maintenance has been kept up. There are so many variables and things you need to see and feel and touch, and even at that, there's going to be things that are missed, underlying software issues, on and on and on and on. But what you can do to save yourself from tons of headaches buying someone else's garbage that they've abused, right? I forget what the girls say about it. Get over one and get under another. It's just a way of them saying that, you know, they've learned something, right? Make an ugly woman your wife, right? So their experience, right, and sometimes it's a costly experience, have led them down those roads and those words of wisdom. And if you're that desperate for a vehicle, you need to dial it back and say, what the fuck is that? You hear that noise? What was it? Sorry about that, guys. Just for instance, I road tested this Chrysler 300 twice. Ryan's road tested it twice, and we couldn't duplicate his concerns with his air conditioning. This is what he said. Nor did we notice it, but I just acted up. The radiator fan started to vibrate, and it has not vibrated the whole time. So getting back to, sometimes there's things on the surface we're going to find, and then there's underlying issues that just don't show up. But you owe it to yourself to take it to somebody that you trust, somebody who's knowledgeable, somebody who has experience with vehicles, right? They have to know their way around. So I'm just going to give you an example. You're buying a Chrysler 300 used, you have to know your way around the car. Now you could take it to the Dodge dealership and hope that you're going to get a technician who knows what he's doing. Remember, they have guys who are just coming out of trade school that don't even know how to change a simple shock absorber, simple light bulbs, on and on and on. Sometimes those are the guys who are working on your cars. They're learning. It's very often than not that you're going to get a master technician who has tons of experience, multi-manufacturer. So we'll give you an example. Ford Bossby, multi-manufacturer, tons of experience, knows his stuff. If you just go to a Honda dealership with your Chevy Cobalt, chances are they don't really know that car that well if you follow a relationship. But you owe it to yourself to have someone check your car out. And sometimes, if you want a super duper inspection, I'm going to give you an example. Pull the intake pipes off, inspect the throttle body like I'm working on this car right now. It's going to be extra work. Check every filter, extra work. Pull the spark plugs, extra work. By the time you pull the spark plugs, you have to change them. 99% of the people do not take care of their cars. Inspect for sludge. Well, we got to pull a valve cover and see if there's sludge in there, or use a camera if there's access to that. Just pulling this off isn't a good enough example for sludge, the oil cap, per se. Transmission fluid sometimes is sealed. There's no dipsticks. Differential fluid. So there's a lot of unknowns. On top of rusted out frames, falling apart, this, that, and the other thing. So, heed my warning, if you're buying a pre-owned car today, you definitely need to have it inspected. And it depends on the level of inspection that you look for. So for me to do just a simple safety check with a road test and a code pull is $110. It's a road test, code pull, quick inspection. just to see if the car is safe and has any major issues. If you want a full-blown diagnostic report of everything on this car, and chances are most people will still miss underlying issues, you're talking $300 to $500 to go through a vehicle properly to find out what's going on. It is very rare that I check a car out today that doesn't need tons of work. Hence this car on the lift needs tons of work. Another technician just checked it out, and I just told him he was outdated. The front sway bar links are shot, the lower control arms are bad, the timing chain's rattling, tires have dry rot cracks slight, and the rear brakes are just about shot and the front brakes are low. So the difference between somebody who does it every day, a guy that's your neighbor or a friend of mine, just give me an example. You have to have somebody that knows cars. I'm shocked that the hood strut actually holds this hood up as many problems as this car has. But if you're buying a used car, you need to have it checked out and not buy somebody who doesn't know what they're doing. If you're going to take it to the dealership, it's a Honda, you ask for a Honda master technician, then you're going to get the proper inspection. If they just put their newbie on it, or C-Tech, or oil change, or lube tech, your wheels might fall off, and you may not get a proper report. You follow me? Definitely, you don't take it to quick lubes like Valvoline or Jiffy Lube or anything like that. They're not the guys to check your car over. But I was telling people it's so important today. If you're buying a used car, pre-owned, pre-certified, even from a dealership, new dealership, you have to have it checked out. That's just the way it is. Every day that we work on used car dealers' cars, we call it the boomerang. They buy it the same day, they're next to back, or the next week after, and so on and so forth. Because there's issues, and then sometimes there's underlying issues that we all don't catch on the first go around, because we don't get to drive these cars every day to feel what's going on. Thanks for watching.